Hello everyone, I'm here today with a new process video. I am working on a page for my New York album from September of 2025, and I have here something a little different. I have a 4x6 insert, but it's all 2x2 pockets. That's not something I do a whole lot, so it's a little bit of a challenge, but I'm ready for it. As you can see, I have placed my photos where I think I want them. You can also see I have two open pockets there. This one I think will probably just be, I'll just find like a 2x2 Halloween or fall themed thing that I can put in there, and that's fine. This one I'm not sure, because I have it see-through to the other side. There's part of me that would like to try to find a circular element, because I have lots of punched circle things that are 2 inches in a creative bubble. If you've never used them, she does a ton of digital files, and I have a bunch of things from Christmas and Halloween from her, including 2-inch circle punch outs. So I think I've got some that might work. So I'm thinking about that, but then the problem with that is I have to use one on the other side because it shows through. I mean, I guess I don't have to. I could do like I'm doing here and just, I don't know, put a cardstock background in there, but I would like to try having it be see-through. But I give myself the challenge then by doing that to find something that can go back to back. So they both have to be 2-inch round circles, and it has to match on the other side. If I decide to do it, will I pick out the other side today? I don't know. Maybe. We'll see how long it takes. But I do think I want to at least try that. And then just to give a closer look here, so you can see the colors in there. I've got a lot of black. I've got some orange because it was Halloween. A little bit of green, not much. A little bit there, a little bit there. So that's kind of the color scheme that I need to work with on this. And I'm just hoping I can find stuff that fits. Because there's a lot of black and darker things happening here, I decided to go with this. Very, very orange there. I'll do it closer. There you can see. It's almost kind of like orangey red though. Can I get away with that? I think so. I think so. I know I have a black one that says something like Magical Night or Pure Magic or something like that. But I think it's a 1.5 inch. I don't think it's a 2, if I remember right. So I think I'm going to go with this one more than likely. I reserve the right to change though if I look through my stuff and find other things. But then I also do want to have a couple of phrases, I think. And they can be stickers, they can be cutout phrases, whatever, but they need to be like Halloween themed or fall themed, because clearly these pictures are. This was actually in the gift shop of Philipse Manor that we went to. We went to walk the grounds, and by the time we got there, like the tour didn't work the time that was left for us because we had to do some other things after this. So we just kind of wandered a little bit on our own, not very far. But really, we ended up spending most of our time in the gift shop because they had so much cool stuff in there. And the people that were working were super friendly and funny and were pointing things out to us and telling us things about Sleepy Hollow and Tarrytown. And it was just, it was a really good time, even though we didn't actually go out and like see much when we were there. Okay, so something that I don't know that I've mentioned before, maybe I have, but I sometimes have trouble distinguishing colors that are close together. Like a navy blue and a black, sometimes. I have to have them like sitting up next to each other, and it has to be really, really clear that they're not the same color. I kind of had that situation just happen here. I was looking at this and I thought, wait a minute, is that actually red? And it's not reddish orange, or there's orange in there. So I decided to pull out a couple of red pieces just to see. Definitely not that. Definitely not that. This one was the closest, but even those aren't the same. So I think I'm going with this as just like a dark orange, but it's not any of these reds. So I'm going with it. All right. So a little bit ago I mentioned, I think I have this black circle, but I think it's 1.5 inches. It says magic something, but I couldn't remember what. This is it. It says a little magic. It's got a cute little owl on there, and it's black, and it is 1.5 inches. So not the same size as this. I think I'm going to use that there, but then I have to get a background. I'm still going with this one, trying to keep it clear. I just thought of something. Would it be strange if I did like outlining the little asterisk slash star, whatever that's supposed to be, if I outlined it in like a gold. Do I have my gold pen? Yes, I do. I have this. I could outline that. There is kind of some gold here, a little bit here, yellow there peeking through. I wonder if that would look okay. I think I want to try it. Ta-da! I haven't done. Hopefully the camera's picking that up. I think it is. You can see it a little bit. And it's a little bit sparkly. There's a little bit of a shimmer to it. So I like that. And now I'm debating, like, maybe I should do that with magic as well to make it stand out, or shouldn't I? What should I do? I mean, I suppose this is a digital file. I know that. So I suppose if I did it and hate it, I could ditch this one and reprint. I really don't want to reprint for one thing. You know, I'm just going to try it and cross my fingers. All right, there it is. I outlined it, the whole word magic. And you know what? I like it. It's not like crazy visible, but it's enough. And you can see I am not perfect when I outline stuff. I don't have the patience really to go super slow. So it is what it is, but I think it'll be fine. So that's going to go there. You know what? I feel like I notice it more when it's actually with the pictures. Yay. Good. I'm glad I did that then. And then I was going to say, I do have, this other one that I found that can go in there, but I'm going to need a background for that. And I'm wondering if green is what I should do, since I've got little pops here and there. Maybe green would make it stand out more. I've grabbed out my green scraps here. I'm gonna see what I have that might work. That's kind of cool with the polka dots. And I've got this. Are these already 2x2? It's a little bit bigger. I'd have to trim it down slightly. Same here. Or I cut this too small. They're pretty close though. I could use either one. Over there. I have this, but I don't like... Oh no, that's not like a true green. It's more of like a teal almost. Not the right color though. I have this. I feel like that's too light. Oh. No. I thought about maybe this side, but I don't know that I like that. It's quite dark. It wouldn't be bad though. It's not that far off from here. That's giving me some good options. And then what else here? No, this is like crazy. And it's an olive tone. That's not good. You know what? I will just go through the rest of what's in the bag here and see if there are any other strips like this that I might be able to use. I pulled out 2 more that I thought might work. One of them I'm pretty sure it's not, but I was just having fun with it because it was in there. I was like, oh, look at that crazy stripe. That's kind of fun. I think it's too much, at least for this. If I had photos that were less busy, I might be able to do that. But I think for this, it's too out there. But whatever, it was in my scraps. You got to try. And then I have this one. So it's not that far off from this, a little bit closer to this one with the grid on it. But it's a little bit lighter. That one might actually be okay. I like it better than this one, I think. So let's get rid of that. This is probably too light. So I think it's down to these 3. All right, so I cut down these 2. I decided I liked those better than just the plain one that had no pattern. And I was convinced that this one was the way to go. But I thought, oh, I'll just look at the other one and see. Now I think maybe it's this one. I mean, look at that. It feels more subtle for some reason than this. It's a little more muted. It still has a pattern, but maybe it's the pattern that's making the difference. I'm not sure. But I think I like this one. So you know what? Let's just attach it. Where's my mono adhesive? There it is. There we go. And then we have that. You know what, now I'm wondering, should I do some outlining on the owl as well? Or maybe not the owl. Maybe these little things around it. Would that be enough? I'll try it and see. There it is with some of the gold on there. And you know what? I think that's enough because this has 2 areas. I think it's fine to just have that. So those will be in there. Then I just need to figure out little phrases of some type. I wonder if I only need one because I have these 2 already. Maybe I could just find one for here. I do have some blank space here. Maybe that's the way to go. I have this whole bag of different phrases, and I can tell already a lot of these are too big. I have to be able to fit something relatively small there, but it doesn't mean there's nothing in there. It's just unlikely. But then I also have this sheet of stickers, and I'm wondering if some of these smaller ones might work better, but I'm going to look through everything and then I'll decide. I think I've decided to go with one of the phrases on here. Came from this sheet, and it just says trick or treat. And I'm going to be honest. I'm going to use it just because I won't use it any other way. I don't take my kids out trick or treating anymore. They're all adults. So I'm thinking this is a good way to get rid of it. I'm a little sad though that if I do it like this, it's going to cover this up. So I'm contemplating potentially cutting this into 2 pieces and then stacking it. All right, I decided to do that, and I like it. It fills up that space nicely. It stops right before those pumpkins there. I like it. I do need to trim off just a tad though, where it hangs over. Not too bad. All right, and then let's put it in the pocket. What do I think? Yeah, I like it. I don't think it needs anything else. So here's another one done for New York. Thanks for watching.